Anyway, we're at that point of the show. We've got a special guest on, which is absolutely wonderful. Been trying to get these on for a while. I know Janice has been dying to get them on. I think she's been hounding them for ages. And I think she's worn them out. They finally agreed to come on, which is absolutely brilliant. And here we go. We'll bring them on. Dictator. How you doing, lads? Wonderful. Okay.
Yo.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, brilliant. We had a bit of a jam session and a bit of a jamming session, which was wonderful. How are you doing?
It was a cool tune.
Yeah,
it,
really catchy tune that. Paul Askew, brilliant. So thanks for coming on. I know Janice has been trying to get you on for a while. You're one of the bands that she always promotes and is always looking to see what you're doing. So thanks very much for giving us your time and coming on the show. It's been great.
Thanks for having us, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
always fun.
We played your track before, ones and twos. Oh, can't hear you, mate. Can't hear you. Hang on. Mute. No. I'll mute you and ask you to unmute. Interesting. This could be good, couldn't it? Hey? Okay, 2 seconds.
It's all right. I'm here.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Me and you. We'll just get rid of it. Do you know what I like? The way Scottish, way you say Kirk, like in the Scottish accent. I love that. It's
Kirk.
Yeah, I love it.
Kirk.
I love it. Which in Scottish, for people don't know, means church.
Oh, so it does, yeah.
It does.
Never been to one myself, but
no, we know that. You've been in a few prisons, I've been told. It says on my notes here. But I'm joking, people. I'm joking. Jesus Christ, I'll get you in trouble. Was listening to your track before, ones and zeros, and you've got.
Yeah.
I really like that because you've got a rapper on there, and I think it's really, really good the what you've done and the way he spits his bars across the music and the tunes. Really well done. What was the rationale behind that?
I mean, collaboration is just a big part of the Dictator ethos. We like working with a lot of different people across genres. It's always nice to get different perspectives from different artists and also get, allow them to add their kind of flavour to what we are doing. We're all massive hip hop fans. We try our best to follow the Scottish hip hop scene as well as the wider UK and the world hip hop scene, I guess. But Chef was just somebody that we'd got to know from doing kind of showcasey festivals where they have a variety of different artists across the lineup. We shared a few stages with him, got to know him a little bit, and then with that particular song, we knew because it was so hip hoppy, boom bappy, that it made sense to try and get an MC involved, and Chef was the first one that we thought of.
Yeah, it does. It does lend itself to it. It's not like he's struggling to match the beat and match the tune. It does blend in really well. It's like it was made for that. It's almost like it's not his track, but it was influence for him, and then you've added stuff on the back of it, if that makes sense. It sounded like he was so it's really good, really well done. I really liked it. I don't know what the technical term is for it, but very well done. Love that. So,
thank you.
Yeah, good. So he's still trying to get her connected, but we're all right. So you're based in Scotland, is that right? You're all in Scotland.
Sunny Scotland, Kirk. Aye, we're all up here. We're all up here enjoying the -2 weather or whatever it is.
That's the only thing with Scotland. I've only been to Scotland a few times, a handful of times, not loads of times. I've holidayed up there a couple of times, and it's an absolute stunning part of the world. But the one thing that puts me off, and probably puts a lot more people off, is the weather. You know what I mean? The harsh winters, and then if you're near water in the summer, you're just going to get annihilated by mosquitoes, aren't you?
Midges.
Midges. That's it. That's the one. Midges. Oh, nightmare. But riding up there, I've done a motorcycle tour up there, and it's absolutely stunning. Loved it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool, man.
Yeah, we did a couple of weeks all around. We had one day off, and we stayed at Loch Ness.
What do you ride?
I've got 3 bikes, but when I'm touring, I ride a BMW 1250 GS.
Can it do a wheelie? Can you do a wheelie in it?
No, No, I've never done.
No.
I've only ever done a wheelie once on a motorcycle, and that was years ago when I had a 350LC, and I wasn't used to having pillion, and I was at traffic lights and set off like I would do on my own, and the front end flipped up all the way across the lights and down, and my mate on the back went,
really?
"That was awesome." I went, "Awesome! I didn't even mean to do it. Awesome!" This is a panicking. No, I've never
You
really
need
done.
to do more. You need to do more, Kirk. If I had a motorbike, I'd be wheeling everywhere.
I've never really done
Wheelies all over
wheelies.
the place.
I need to go on a wheelie course, and I've just got I've just got myself an off-road bike for this weekend, because I'm not just for the weekend, but I'm going to go greenland.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah,
Cool.
motorcycle tours around Scotland is phenomenal. People are dead friendly. It's amazing. So cool. So what have you been up to?
I feel like a lot, and I feel like nothing as well, which is kind of strange. But we've definitely been busy. We released our EP at the end of January. We coupled that up with a couple of dates, three dates around actually Scotland, and then we were just playing a festival, our first ever international festival over in New York City, New York,
Nice.
the Big Apple.
Nice.
That was just a couple of weeks ago. That was crazy. Yeah.
Wonderful. Because it's coming back in. Joe's coming back in. Yeah, because you've progressed. You get into that. You've got quite a lot of following. You've got a lot of interest in you, and you're doing it all right to be doing that. So what was how long did you do any other dates in New York, or was it just that one session?
We'd done three shows, but all in New York. There was like a clause where we weren't able to play in somewhere like 100-mile radius, which kind of ruled out, like, I think, some of the other big cities in that area. And then also we all wanted to really go to New York and enjoy it anyway, so it was kind of fun just kicking about the city for 5 days. But it'd be brilliant to go back. We're already trying to lay plans to go back, but it is very difficult. Very difficult to get to the States, and very difficult to tour and do it all legally, all above board. So
Yeah, I
I'm
should
not sure.
imagine. I should imagine. Well, I went to New York about 10 years ago, and it was weird for me because I'm really into all the US stuff when I was growing up, films and I was walking around and felt like I was on a movie set. Because look
Yeah.
at that, and that's in there, and that's in there. It's just the bizarrest thing going around New York. It's crazy, but there's everything all over in it. It's fantastic.
It was very cool.
Hear me?
Oh,
yeah.
we can hear you now, Joe.
I'm on. I've jumped to my phone and my laptop.
Good. It was actually better when we couldn't hear you, but you're here now.
I just started the interview.
It was miles better. It was going really well. The Joe's in.
I'm here to ruin it.
So tell everyone what you do in the band, Joe. What's your part in the band?
He does the IT.
I'm IT man, mostly deal with speakers and audio. Bass. I play bass, which is usually quiet enough as well that nobody can hear that either. So, Quiet man, they call me.
Yeah. It's drummers that are a problem, aren't they? They're always nutcases. I find.
Never.
Anyway. Yeah. That's why at the back they're absolutely Fruit Loops, all of them. They are absolutely lunatics, and that's not casting aspersions. I love them for it. So, oh man. So just because some people don't know or not been aware of you. So when did you all form? When did you get together? And how did that happen?
So would you like to take this one?
Aye, 2 seconds. I'm just trying to balance my phone so it's not moving. But basically, aye. So the first sort of the birth of Dictator was round about, I think it was about maybe the end of 2018, start of 2019, maybe roughly that time. So kind of becoming a blur that time of year. We'd all known each other for years. We'd all played in bands, and I decided just to get a jam together. I believe I was the last person to get asked to go along to that said jam.
We couldn't get anyone else.
struggling for bass players around here, but so I just started in it because we'd all played in sort of indie rock bands before, and this was kind of just wanted to go and see like what we can experiment with a wee bit, and it's kind of led to where we are now. Yeah.
No, you've done really well, because it's not easy to get out there. It's not easy to get a following. It's not easy to get a regular listener base. But you're doing right. All your tracks you do pretty well, don't they? And you things like Spotify, your monthly listeners are pretty decent. So that's really good, really good. So are you all
Thank you.
are you all full-time band members, or do you do other stuff as well? What do you do there?
We all have full-time jobs and like families and stuff in the background here. So music is our absolute passion, and we'd love it to be our full-time gig. But right now, it's just we meet once a week to rehearse, write songs, or whatever, and then we gig just as much as we can. It's getting harder and harder to get out touring, to be honest. As I'm sure many people have seen, of just the gigging economy is quite difficult at the moment. But we're doing our best and trying to balance it all with just being parents, being having jobs and all of that. But it's what we love doing, so we'll never stop.
No, that's good. You're right. I think there's been a massive change in gigs and venues and basically entertainment, going out drinking. I think a lot of it's changed. People are not doing it as much, and I'm not sure if COVID was a massive thing on that, but it's really affected a lot of the venues now, hasn't it, for actually putting gigs on and getting people to come.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I just feel like culture is changing in general. I don't think that it's a case of people who don't want to go to live shows anymore, but I think they're becoming less accessible. And also maybe, I don't know, like the way that people, like a lot of people are, not drinking as much and just spending as much money in venues. So I think the venues are tend to be struggling, and they're maybe not diversifying enough to keep the doors open. So you see a lot of them closing. Plus, you see the big artists charging an absolute fortune. So I think people were just like, oh, well, you know what, I'm going to go and see Oasis this year, but I think I'm maybe not going to be able to make it to some of the smaller gigs that I would have liked to have also went to.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame because it used to be, even not so many years ago, probably even about, 6 or 7 years ago, there's lots of little venues and pubs and bars that have put gigs on, come in 5-10 quid. I'm not saying that's your level, but they were packed because they're coming in, the students were coming in and what have you. And you're right, I think a lot of the younger generation have started to move away. I saw some statistics on it, have moved away from alcohol as such. I know my lad and all his mates, they don't drink, they just go to the gym. You know what I mean? It's about food. And they were all party animals a few years ago, into all sorts. And I think it really was. He was going down the wrong road. He was going abroad to gigs and doing what they do when they go to big events. He's doing everything, and I think a lot.
We've all been there, Joe, haven't we, my man?
Yes, no harm in it. Joe's not. Joe's a clean living guy. Joe's a clean living guy. We know that. And one of the questions I like to ask. Disasters that you've had on tour or at a gig, because they're normally horrible at the time, but further down the line they tend to be quite laughable or memorable. So have you got any?
This is definitely a Joe question.
Oh, come on, Joe, you're up again.
To be honest, nothing that exciting. Like disaster wise, I mean, I'll always come back to this. As my worst disaster was the broken bass situation that kind of plagued us for a number of weeks. Although it was absolutely fine, but I mean, in terms of like, in fact, we had our first breakdown, our first band breakdown a couple months ago, coming back from Aberdeen. Now I'm sure a million musicians out there have heard this story where 30 minutes away from home and the van breaks down and we're stuck for like a good 2 to 3 hours. Man, but I'd say, I mean, as a band, pretty sensible. Always keep on top of things. Can you think of any disasters, Zach?
I mean, I've got some in previous bands. I don't really know if I've got any. I mean, there's been not great gigs for sure, but just like, it's always just technical difficulties.
Yeah.
It's always just your bass, to be honest, Joe. Your bass just
Joe,
constantly lets us down.
there's a theme coming here. Things going wrong, band's breaking up. When you said the band broke down, I thought you said band broke down 30 minutes. I thought I had visions of you all sat there crying with hankies and what have you, but you said van, so I get that now.
I think
I've had a few breakdowns.
Well, I've just had a message on here, Daddy Stone, which is my dad. We call him Daddy Stone, Dougie Stone, Daddy Stone. And he says, Mummy Stone was so stressed out that Joe couldn't connect. She's very happy now. So there you go.
Good to be here. Daddy Stone.
Then Manta Ray, they're a band there down in Bristol. He says, I'm seeing Dictator.
Yeah, we know them.
Yeah, do you know them? They're brilliant, aren't
Yeah,
they? I'm seeing Dictator and Sylvie in Oxford at the end of June.
Right, okay.
So you must be on tour then, by the sounds of it.
No, it's just kind of it's festival season, isn't it? So we're out there dotting about doing bits and bobs, doing this and that. You know, we're trying to actually take it easy this year. I've got another baby due next month, so I'm trying to take a step back. We're all trying to take a step back. We're in the process of recording an album, so we're trying to just get that finalised. But we're doing bits and bobs, but I wouldn't call it a tour as such.
No,
the tour is coming though. The tour is coming.
Now I've just looked at the previous question. He basically says, "Have you got any gigs and festivals?" And Manta Ray answered that as a festival. So yeah, that makes absolute sense. Now this is a very serious question, and I love this one. If there was a zombie apocalypse, which band member would die first?
None of us would make it that far.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty good. I reckon I could survive it in the wild for a wee bit. Like I could disappear into the mountains or something and be fine. Alan and Michael, they like the finer things in life. These guys,
right.
So they do. So I reckon they'll no want to leave the house because they'll no get the home comforts and the coffee machines, and eventually the zombies will break in and take them alive.
I love it. It's the most lunatic question, but you get some good answers. I absolutely love that. Love that. So you're taking it easy for this year. You've got an album coming out, so it sounds like you've been busy. And obviously, if you've got another child coming along, that's going to really zap you. So you're just going to take it easy, do your odd little bits, and then have you got plans for the future, or are you going to see how the year goes first and take it from there?
Well, the album that we're working on this year will probably be released probably at the beginning of next year.
Nice.
I'm not trying to put a timeline on it though. I don't want to put too much pressure on it. Just want to, when it's done, it'll be done, and then we'll put it out. But that's the kind of the goal. So this year we take it easy. We just concentrate on writing lots of new music. I think we'll probably have some more new music to release this year as well. Whether that's part of the album or it's just standalone singles, I don't know. As soon as we get that album out next year, though, we're going to hit it hard. We're going to hit the road. And we're just going to be next year should, if everyone still likes us, should be an alright year.
Brilliant. And when you go out and about touring, do you set your own tours up or go on the back? What do you do? Do you tour yourselves and bring other bands in? How does that tend to work when you do that?
We tour ourselves, but we work through promoters. So we've got a couple of promoters down south and a couple of promoters up here that we work with. When it comes to other bands, we try our best to pick them ourselves. It just depends. Sometimes a promoter's like, oh, I really want these guys to work with you or whatever, and we'll have a listen, and if we're into them, we'll get them on board. Other times people reach out to us and like, oh, we'd love to come and join you, or do you want to do a gig swap and stuff like that. So it comes in all different ways.
Interesting. What would you? Because obviously you're further down the line than a lot of bands that are just starting. What is there anything you advise that you think if I'd have known that day one I'd have been better off without? Is there anything that you could advise bands to do or not to do?
Sorry, Joe, I'm just jumping in here, but I think it's really, really important just to persevere, right? You need to make mistakes. You need to learn from your mistakes. But the biggest thing you need to not do is quit. Just keep going and make sure that you're in it for the love of it and not because you want, not for the ego, not because you want awards or you want money or you want girls or any of that nonsense. You just need to love making music and performing music first and foremost. If you love that, even if it's not going so well sometimes, it will get better. It definitely will get better. We have played so many rubbish gigs. We have travelled the length of the country to play to hardly anyone. And there's been a few times that we've considered throwing in the towel. But then we realised actually we love what we are doing. We love creating music. We love seeing the country. We love performing, whether it be to 2 people or to 200 people. It does not matter. So the biggest thing I could say to anyone that's just starting out or is maybe been going for a wee while and maybe feeling a bit jaded or whatever, just persevere, man. The good times are on their way.
I love that. And I always say that to a lot of people, whether it's business or me or whatever it is. If you're right, if you go for the money and the pound notes as an example, I'm going to make all this profit. and you don't, or the first hurdle you come across, you'll jack it in. But you need to love it, don't you? You know, I've been doing this for God knows how long now. Not made any money out of it. It's cost me more money, but I love doing it, and hopefully at the end something good will come of it. Does that make sense? I do it because I want to do
Absolutely.
it, and this show's about promoting emerging artists and bands, and my favourite bit is this bit is actually talking to the bands and getting to know them, because I think it's a bit, yes, you can go and listen to the music, but actually to connect to the band is this sort of stuff, when you get to know what they're doing and what they're about, which is great. But great advice. Have you got anything to add? Have you got anything to add to that, my friend? Or do you concur with that?
Well, kind of along the same lines. It's like, don't expect anything like that. You can set goals, but it's like, if you don't meet what you're trying to do over a certain amount of time, or that, like Zach was saying, perseverance is key. But enjoy it. Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it, eh?
Just enjoy it.
Enjoy yourself.
Lele Records have been on there in Guernsey. He says Coastal Fire Department is #1 band in Guernsey for losing money. They've just come over and played. They played last week in London, and that's probably cost them. It's probably not made any money out of it, but like they do it because they absolutely love it. And I think that comes over with bands. In the music, I think you get that. I think you get the feel in the music when the stuff they put out on social media is they're doing it because they love the craft. They love creating stuff. So how do you go about creating your music? Is it a joint effort, or is it one who does the lyrics and then someone else? How do you work that out? Because everyone works differently, don't they?
Mostly Michael come up with the structure of the song. Michael the singer. He'll do all the lyrics. What we try and do, if possible, is go in. If Michael just basically comes up with the spine of a track, and then if we've got the time, like time's something it's quite hard to come by nowadays. But if we can all get in and jam it, and it's like sometimes you need to play a song for a wee while to kind of know what it is you're wanting to do. So for a lot of the newer stuff we're doing. It's mostly coming from Michael. We'll go and add other bits on top of it, and then once we've got something down, we can kind of like, right, that's okay, maybe change that bit, and that's kind of just the sort of the way we've been doing it from the start. But that's pretty much it.
Brilliant. I'm seeing if there's any other. Oh, they're talking about what they've done. See if there's any more questions. So, is anything I've not asked you want to get out there, promote, talk about? Is what I mean? Because I often am asking questions and should be asking the bands what they want. You know what I mean? If there's anything I've missed out, or do you know what I mean? What you?
Well, our last EP that we just released out, Middle of the Road. It's our second EP, and it's out on vinyl. So it's just if you're a vinyl collector, if you like good tunes, if you like supporting new bands, maybe head over to the Black Hole Records website, pick yourself up a vinyl. It's a wee bit cheaper than most vinyls because it's only 4 tracks, but I reckon it's worth the purchase anyway. So that would be cool. Or if you can't do that, just give it a listen. If you've never heard of us before, give us a listen. If you like us, let us know. If you don't like us, tell us what we can do better. We're always trying to take on feedback, man.
Yeah, love that.
I just follow us on all our socials at Dictator Band on Instagram, and I don't think we're on X anymore because it's a bit dodgy over there now. But we're on Blue Sky. We're on Facebook, obviously on all the streaming services. And if you find us on socials, chat to us. We love it. Come and talk some nonsense with us. We're all about having a good time.
Yeah, and I think that's the trouble nowadays. There's a lot of people lurking, and see, I bumped into someone today, and she said, "Oh, I saw a video, and he was talking about this." I'm thinking, yeah, that's great, but you've not said anything or shared. You know what I mean? It's like, why don't you comment on it? And someone else would see it then. It's absolutely bizarre. I don't think people I think they see you in a band as well, and a lot of time probably think they can't approach you. And you're a band, you're making music, and you're elevated straight away, aren't you? Generally, as being, because it's something that a lot of people.
We're pretty big time, to be fair. You're right.
Yeah, you are. You're massive. You're massive. But you weren't. Hey, lads, you are though, aren't you? If you think about going back what you're doing and where you've been and what, it's absolutely amazing, really. If we'd have said a few years ago before you started, oh, you'd be doing this, you'd be playing New York, be doing this, you'd be doing that, you'd have probably gone, yeah, whatever, we'll see. You know what I mean? But
it's pretty mad to see that our music has taken us all these places. It's really crazy. It's surreal.
Isn't it?
It's still difficult to process. I still don't think me and Joe really believe that our music has been the reason that we've been able to do all these amazing experiences. That is pretty cool, but I don't think there's any ego there because every single day is like a challenge when it comes to this stuff. And we're definitely, maybe people see us and like people maybe starting out, I guess I can understand, but like we're always looking onto the next thing as well, and maybe you get guilty of comparing yourself, don't you? So
yeah, and we should and we shouldn't. You know, I'm not really bothered what anyone else is doing out there in this. I couldn't care less. I'm doing my own thing. But it is good to be aware. And you're right. There'll be some young bands out there that are really good, and they'll look up to bands like you and go, "Look what those lads are doing. Look where they've been. We want to be like that. We want to do that." And it's mad in it. And you get to the next level, and you'll be looking, going, "Can we do that? Can we get to that level? Get to that level?" So, Lele Records says, "Favorite musical gear they own." He always asks bizarre questions. Favorite musical gear?
Joe's a gearhead, so I'll let him answer that one.
Go on, Joe. What's your favorite musical gear that you own?
My bass that doesn't work. That's what I've got. My bass, a lead. I love my lead.
Right, we're going to start a GoFundMe for Joe's bass. This is how bad
my bass
it
is fine, by the way. My bass is fine. No, do you know what I really like? Is the wee strap locks you get for your guitar that stop your straps falling off.
Yeah, good.
Because I've had a strap. I've had my bass fall multiple
man.
times, and then got these wee rubber things you clip over the wee bit you put your bass strap onto. And they're like tiny little things, but so key to a good set.
I like Joe. Joe's great, isn't he? Very good. What's that? Hang on, upgrade running out of time. Never mind upgrade. No, I'll pay the full whack. Saying I've got to running out of time here on my thing. Don't know why. That's ridiculous.
Clark, are you just trying to get rid of us, man? Are you just trying to chuck us off?
No. The Zoom, I pay for a proper Zoom, which is unlimited, and for some reason it's saying I've got 9 minutes left. Upgrade. What do you mean upgrade? I bloody pay the full whack. So we'll have to look at it. It says we've got 9 minutes left, but we've overrun anyway on our normal interview slot. But upgrade. Jesus Christ, I'm fed up with it. Everyone's after money all the time, aren't they? So, anyway.
Constantly, mate. And just on that note, you can buy our vinyls from blackhallrecords.com, please. That'd be great.
Yeah, I've written that down. People go and buy it. Go and buy some stuff off the lads, because you know what it's like. The way they make money is from merch. You know, going to see them. They don't make jack out of Spotify or Apple Music and all the rest of it if you just listen to it. Oh, there you go. You can get a Dictators. So what's the images on the back of that? That's smart, that T-shirt, isn't it? Where can people buy the T-shirt from? I love that. Yeah.
If you just come round to my house, I've got a pile of them here, and I'll do you a good deal.
Right.
As long as you're size XXXL, because that's what I seem to have for you.
Where did you get Joe from? Where did you get him from? Seriously, Joe, if people want to buy him, where can they get them from? Or do you just sell them at a gig?
Those are exclusives. They were New York exclusives that he's got.
Right.
So that were, but the whole New York trip was like funded by the fans. So we done a fundraising show in Edinburgh, and then we ran a limited merch that the fans could obviously purchase. It was Dictator live in New York City, and we ordered some for being in New York, and we've got a bit of a surplus. So they're not available yet, but they will be available at Dictatorband at dictatorband.com, our website. We just need to do a stock check, as Joe said. It seems like we've only got the massive sizes left.
Do yourself a favour, get someone else to double check what Joe counts, because I've just got a feeling it might be wrong.
There's definitely 7 here.
I think he's ace. I love Joe. Last question, I'm going to let you go before this gets cut. It's from Lele Records, and it says, have you ever eaten a deep fried Mars bar?
That's all I eat.
Yeah. I've never tried one. I think I need to try one next time I go to Scotland. And the other favourite in Scotland as well, people, is deep fried pizza. Have you seen that as well? In batter.
We call it a scrunchie.
Oh,
We call it a scrunchie.
and
man.
people go, oh, look at that. And I think, I'm like, that looks bang on. I'd have one of them. In fact, I'd probably break it up and put it on bams, whatever you call them in Scotland, rolls. I'd have it that way. I'd have more carbs. Do you know what I mean? So, can't be it. Right, I'm going to let you get on with your evening before we get cut off by Zoom. It's been absolutely wonderful to chat to you. Say hello to the other lads for us. And we love your music and all the best of luck with your new child coming into the world and your gigs.
Thank you.
And releasing the album. Keep in touch with Janice. If there's anything you want us to promote or talk about, let her know and we'll do our best to do that for you. But thanks for giving us your time. Love you to bits and we'll speak to you soon. Yeah.
We appreciate it so much, Kirk. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See you later, lads. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Absolutely brilliant. Go and check them out, Dictator. Wonderful band in Scotland and we'll speak to you soon. Cheers, lads.